1 second. If you're watching this right now, that means that you missed the stream, but no worries. You can still watch the VOD that will be posted afterwards. Today we're watching Farid, a new member of the community, at Daily Dose of Mental, not Daily Dose, just Dose of Mental Health. We're gonna be watching the videos of his story, pretty much. I'm not really sure. This is probably gonna be pretty emotional. Whew. So we're gonna wait on some people to get in here. This is what we're reacting to. My story: losing 2 baby daughters as a father. My story part 2. This could probably be pretty heavy. I didn't go to Walmart, by the way. I just went to my local grocery store because I didn't really need that much, actually. Sky, what's up? KS, what's up? Bro, I don't think I've ever seen either of y'all on my streams. Are y'all new? And y'all are first. Interesting. Thomas Shelby, what's up? You've been sub for almost a year? Nice. I feel you, Thomas Shelby. I can tell you that your actions do directly align with how you feel. So if you do things that make yourself proud, I struggle with that too, you know? I do lots of things that make myself disappointed in myself, and then I get depressed. Like laying in bed all day, moping around. It only makes it worse. And going toward politics, oh God. Me personally, go away from politics. Like the bad side of it. Is there a good side of it? All right. I guess if that's how you want to, if that's the interest and hobby you want to get into, go ahead. Right, as soon as I get done eating this apple, we're gonna watch this. I'm sure it distracts your mind, Shelby. And I mean that's a big part of it. You got to balance distraction with dealing with it. Big part of it is distraction. One second. All right. Maybe this video will help. Maybe this video will help. Here we go. Hopefully, Farid sees this later.
Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's had a good weekend. Um, I'm just here to make this video to share my experience of my mental health struggles. Um, when I was in year seven, I was 12, and I started getting bullied at school. To the point that I'll get beaten up. You know, my phone will get taken. And then it got to the point where it spilled out of school. And these people actually started trying to, break into my house at points. And yeah, so at that point, so I don't have a real dad that was around. So it was always me and my mum. And obviously being that young, it was a bit difficult because I felt like I wasn't enough protection for my mum. So obviously every day I would just have anxiety, panic attacks. Going to school, I'll be scared. I'll shake literally from the moment I left my house to the moment I got back into my house after school. I'll just be shaking the whole day. Like school was the worst thing that ever happened to me, if I'm honest. And after that, you get depressed, because you're in my head. I was just thinking why. I wanted to know why these people decided to pick on me particularly when I was just there to try and get my GCSEs, try to go to college and so on. And it was difficult. It was very difficult. But at this point it's a case of how we deal with it. I could, as much as I say it's been the worst experience of my life, I could I could say that it's been the best experience of my life as well, just because it's taught me a lot about life, about being nice to people, about treating everyone with respect, regardless of who they are, regardless of what money they have in their account, regardless of anything. Because at the end of the day, we're all still people, we're all still human, we all still cry, we all still have emotions, we all have good days and bad days. So that's my experience. And the toughest part of my video has to be telling a story that no parent should ever have to tell.
Mm.
But God has chosen me to go through this twice. Um,
Morning.
It kind of cut
hey
off
guys, I hope
abruptly.
everyone's
I like how he said it taught him a lot because by him going through that, by him going through that, he learned that he didn't want to treat people like that. I'm glad he didn't go on a villain arc. Yeah, This is heavy, man. This is gonna be the real heavy one.
So, as I was saying, God has chosen me to go through this twice. So, in 2016, my first daughter was born, stillborn. Um, and I buried her myself. Not alone, but I buried her myself. And last year, I went through another tragedy. My daughter was born premature.
Mm.
She survived 3 months in intensive care. And during this time, I decided to start my company. So at this point, it was already a stretch. But because I didn't know what was happening with COVID and everything else that was going on in the world last year, um, it wasn't a great time to start my company. But yeah, she survived for 3 months, and the day before she was due to come home, she passed away.
Mm.
And I buried her. I think the thing that kept me going more than anything, apart from the support that I had, of my missus, my mum, you know, it was knowing that God was there. It was knowing that anything that God does is perfect, even when we don't understand it. I think I personally would have struggled a lot more if I didn't have that belief system. I had my mum, thankfully. I had my missus and my missus' dad as well, my father-in-law. They were the ones that were constantly checking on us to see how we were doing. Um, and I got asked a question actually yesterday by one of my good friends. I don't want to put his name up. He asked me what motivates me. And it's exactly that. What can hurt me? I'm bulletproof now. Not to say that I don't go through my daily struggles. I do. Depression is an everyday occurrence for me. Anxiety is an everyday occurrence. But it's about how you keep moving forward, what you take from that life lesson, and how do you apply it to your future and to yourself. Because it's very difficult. If I would have taken this situation and I would have started asking God why, would I have got answers realistically? God's not going to come down and say, listen, this is the reason why. He's not going to do that. So live by faith. That's the way I feel. That you have to live a little bit by faith. Believe in what you don't see, but know it's there. Everyone gives the same example. You see the wind, you don't see the wind. Do you feel it? You do feel it. It's the same example. You don't see God, but if you have a little bit of faith, it's because you believe in something that you don't see. And I think having that belief system is what helped me every day. What keeps me going as well is my missus, is her support, is my mum, knowing that my mum's there every single day to support me, knowing that I can open up and speak to my mum. But it was difficult. It was very difficult because the first time I tried to open up, I now realized that I opened up to the wrong person. And this person basically said to me that depression and anxiety is not a real thing. and that I should just move away and just kind of get on with it and, do what I need to do. And, the typical saying, it didn't exist in my day. Well, it did. It just didn't have a name, which is the honest truth. Um, and I just wanted to give you guys a bit of motivation. Whatever you want to do, you can do. There's no one stopping you except you. I own my business. And for someone that suffers from mental health, I personally think that it's a massive step for me to take because I'm already an anxious person. I already wake up 3/4 of the time depressed. And when you run a business, it's a thing where if there's no work, there's no money coming in. So there's no money for you, in this case, for me, as an example. So it's a difficult one because at the same time, even though it's stressful and it's more stress than I've ever felt before, I think that the rewards, of being able to tell my mom, look, you don't have to work anymore. Telling my missus, look, we can chill out a little bit, Um, when if we have a baby, be able to be there with baby to see baby grow up. And yeah, anything you want to do, you can do. Honestly, and that's one thing that I'll never forget that my mom's taught me. Anything you want to do, you can do. It's just a case of applying yourself, putting in the time, putting in the effort, doing in your extra research. But I also got another question. I got asked how many hours I do a week. My company runs 7 days a week, and I average 100 to 120 hours a week at this point. And I've never worked this much in my life, but I found my niche. I found my calling. So for me to wake up every single day, I just feel happy because I know I'm chasing my dreams, and I'm soon going to be able to reach my dreams of looking after my mom fully, completely, and utterly. And you have to have a reason why, and the reason has to be bigger than any obstacle that's going to come your way. So just to end this video, I just want to say that on a weekly basis, more men commit suicide than women. It's a statistic that's not brought up enough. And the signs of depression in men are very different to those compared to women. I'm not going to go too into it because I'm not a qualified professional. I'm not going to try and give you facts that I don't know. But it is a statistic that is well known, and anyone can go and just type it in on Google, and a whole bunch of papers and studies will come up. So I just hope that my experiences and what I've gone through has been some sort of motivation, some sort of help for at least one of you guys if you're watching this video. And just remember that whatever happens today, there's always tomorrow. And there's no problem too big that will last you for the rest of your life. And for those that believe, just keep your faith. Keep your faith. Don't give up. Don't give up. I know people that gave up and they had so much to give, so much to gain as well, and they gave up. It's a shame because it's wasted potential. And yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to watch these videos. I hope you know you guys will at some point be able to share your experiences. I would love to hear your experiences if you guys feel comfortable with it. If not, then I hope that this has helped you in one way or another. God bless you guys.
Whew, that's heavy, man. That's heavy. That's very, very heavy. The video helped me, said Thomas Shelby. So, Farid, if you see this, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for not giving up. This inspired me and motivated me. I think my biggest takeaway is I deal with anxiety too, and just basically giving myself problems, but I don't think I could ever have a problem as heavy as yours. And I appreciate you for learning from these things. And I think it's beautiful that you've made it through. I'm very glad that we met. I'm very glad that you're part of this community. I think you're going to help people. I think you already have. I think you've already helped me, and I think you've already helped the people in my chat. I love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Whew. Thank you for being here, Thomas Shelby. I love y'all. That's going to do it for the reaction stream. I'll see y'all later.